What up guys, it's Andy back with Level 1, and today we are reviewing the Astro C40 Pro Tournament Ready Gaming Controller. Okay, so this is Astro's controller. It's for PS4 and PC, and this is sort of like the Xbox Elite controller's competition, right? So as you can see, you can take off the front of the controller and change all of the swap out the sticks and the D-pad, and yeah, and it looks like a really cool controller, and you can play wired or wireless with this controller. It comes with a nice case. Most pro controllers like come with a case, I feel, but there's the case. It's pretty nice and sturdy. It looks really nice inside. They give you a few options for your sticks. If you want a concave stick or you want a rounded one, different sizes, you just pull them right off and change them. And then of course you have the tool that you use to take off the front plate. Some people are wondering why they didn't just make it like the Xbox Elite controller, where you just snap it off and put the other pieces on. Astro says it's because it reduces wear and tear on the controller by having it like this. And so looking at the controller, you see that this long piece right here, shaped like a Y almost, or a U, it's that's the front plate that holds everything together, and then you have the 4 screws on the sides there that you take off. And I already swapped it to mimic sort of the Xbox style, because I find the Xbox Elite controller to be really comfortable, and so that's what I use primarily. But this actually felt really good too. The only drawback feel wise for me was that I don't have really big hands, and this is a big controller. Like, you can just see me holding all that space in the middle, and the front, like, it's pretty wide. So this is a big controller. If you have big hands, this is gonna probably feel really comfortable in your hands. But even though it's kind of big, it still feels really good. It's a little heavier, but it feels sturdier. Like, if you drop it, it's an expensive controller, but if you drop it, you don't have to worry too much, because it does feel like it can withstand some damage. So, you know, again, people were saying 200 is a little on the expensive side for a controller, but I mean, it does feel really like a quality controller. So you can order more sticks and different stuff. I'm sure more designs for the faceplate and things like that are going to come out. As you can see, it has all the buttons of a PS4 controller, even the trackpad on the top, and it has a PlayStation button in the middle. But another drawback was that it doesn't turn on your PlayStation. So even if you push the button, it's not going to turn on, whether it's off or on standby mode. You still have to turn on the PlayStation and then turn on the controller for it to work. You can't just turn on your PS4 with this. On the back, you have your trigger stops and the extra buttons, which you can remap to whatever other button you want. I played a lot of Apex Legends on here, and so it automatically came out as jump and crouch, right? Those are the 2 buttons that it's already mapped to. I changed it to grenade and shield battery, so that I can heal up or, you know, throw grenades without taking my hands off of the sticks while I'm playing. So this controller, you can already remap those 2 buttons in the back, and then you have the trigger stops, which gives you the hair trigger ability. But then the app for the PC can customize this so much more, and I think that's like the biggest selling point for the controller, is that you can change so much stuff with the app. Not only can you remap the 2 back buttons, but you can change the sensitivity of the triggers in addition to the trigger stop. You can make it faster. You can adjust the sensitivity to both sticks or one stick. You could adjust like the mid-range and then slower, you know, on the low end, so that when you're sniping, you can aim a little bit steadier, but while you're running, you can like really keep your eye out and move around really quickly and turn really quickly. Like, you can do so much with the app, and it's a lot of stuff that you can do. And then you have the 3.5mm jack, and in the app you can even adjust the sound. Like a lot of the sound settings can be adjusted, so you can do a whole lot of stuff with this controller. So I get why it's a little bit pricier, but I feel like the app alone is like it's a big tool that people are going to use a lot. So you can use this wired or wireless, and that's what this switch up here on the right side is for, wired mode or wireless mode. And it comes with one wire, obviously, but this is another thing that I didn't really like too much. As you can see, it's like big and bulky, and that's because it goes all the way in here to connect. Like you have to really shove it in there. So see how deep that is? And I feel like if you want to replace this wire because it broke or something, you're gonna get one from Astro, and you can use a regular one because I did connect another USB port in there. The only thing is, like, you have to play around to get it in there because it doesn't have like that big piece, that big rubber piece that keeps it steady and in place. But because it's like that deep in there, it's not, you know, it's not gonna break or move around too much while you're playing in wired mode or charging it. So you don't have to worry about that too much. I think the wire is pretty sturdy. It's just weird, right? Like the wire's sturdy, but it's weird. Like why? Like why? I don't really get it. But it's not a deal breaker on the controller. Again, it looks amazing. Like this looks like a really nice controller, and it feels like a really nice controller. It's really soft and really smooth, even though it's like big, bulky, and sturdy. Once you have it in your hands, you can feel the quality. You know it's a quality controller. This is the USB dongle that goes into the PC or the PS4 so that you can play wirelessly. And just plug and play. It's that simple. If you want to adjust the settings, you do have to plug in the controller. Another piece of this controller that is absolutely phenomenal is not only can you adjust all the settings and the sensitivity, like I said before, but you can create profiles for specific games. So if you want to play Forza, you have a profile for Forza of how sensitive you want the sticks, how sensitive you want the triggers. Fortnite, Apex Legends, whatever game you're playing, you can create a profile for that game and adjust all the settings and sensitivity to the controllers, what the back buttons are mapped to, all that stuff. On the controller itself, you can load 2 profiles, and that's this switch. And you can just switch it, boom, profile 2. Switch it, profile 1. Whatever game it is. If you have profile 1 is Fortnite, profile 2 is Forza, I turn on Fortnite and play Forza. I just switch it, boom. I have everything set up on the controller for Forza. Now you can have as many profiles as you want in the app. So you can make profiles for all your games, but you can only preload 2 of them. So you would have to go back into the app and then swap out Forza and Fortnite for like PUBG and Apex Legends. And then you'll have PUBG and Apex Legends. But it's really fast and really simple. It's super easy to do. And I thought that was pretty amazing, that you can adjust the sensitivity for so many games, and it's really simple. And then another part that was like really awesome is while I was playing, I was adjusting the sensitivity and pressing update, and it would automatically update right there while I was playing. So when you're messing around with the sensitivity and you're trying to figure out what's the best settings for you while you're playing a specific game, you can do it while you're playing. You just open up the app on your second monitor or whatever, adjust the sensitivity while you're playing, hit update, and it will change right there. And you can just keep messing around with it till you get it how you want it. So, I mean, $200 was a little pricey, but the battery is amazing. It lasts a really long time. It says 12 hours on the box. And I would say I got about as much. I put a lot of hours into it before it finally had to be charged. And again, great controller. Looks amazing, feels amazing. Astro's a great company. Like, they've been around for a while, and we know their headsets are quality, some of the best headsets. So obviously, you know, this is gonna be a quality controller as well, and I already knew that. Yeah, so again, this is pretty amazing. Astro C40 controller. I know it's 200 bucks, but you can get it a little bit cheaper out there already. It's been out for a couple months now. And yeah. So if you're in the market for like a really good elite controller for the PS4, or if you're looking for a quality controller to just play on your PC, I would definitely check this controller out. If you have big hands, you're gonna love it, because I know people with big hands that complain all the time, like the PS4 controller is too small and thin, and then the Xbox controller isn't like as big or as comfortable as like the Xbox 360 controller was. Some people still prefer the 360 controller. I think that this is a good alternative, and I think a lot of people will like it, especially if you're the type of person that likes to sit there and fine tune all the details. Like, you know, you want to get them flicks off and you want to adjust the sensitivity for everything. You can do that with this app. You can control everything: the sound, mic, the buttons, sensitivity, everything. So I think that it's pricey, but you get a lot of stuff for it. So check it out if you're a PlayStation owner or a PC gamer and you want a controller. Astro C40. So thanks for watching, thanks for checking this out, and keep checking out the website. We got more stuff coming.